Okay, we're gonna try again. This time we're gonna skip the video and just go straight to the start of the game. Okay, similar location, but let's see what we got. Abundant. Okay, that's better than poor. So, research laboratory. You can click down here to see your list of colonies and move the workers around. Get them started on building a freighter fleet. You actually have to go in to destroy the marine barracks. And let's go see what we get. Not going to be able to go there. Okay, so 2 star systems that I might have access to. Vox is ultra poor again, and ultra poor, but it's got a wormhole. Okay, so wormholes, they're sometimes a little hard to see on the screen, but they link 2 stars together. So in this case, I could go all the way over here in 1 turn. Okay, Katab is abundant. Okay, that's up here. That's okay. And Zarigaj? Something like that. Another abundant. Now, I think I'm going to send my colony ship over here. Yeah, so first I've got to go down to Vox. I'm going to send my... He's not going in. If it's showing red, then you don't have range to get there. So that's as far as he can go. So a couple turns. I don't want to colonize Vox. And we'll send the colony ship over yonder. Okay, so we're colonizing Zarigab. Okay, so it's radiated. That means I can't terraform it. Mineral abundant, which means I've got decent minerals, and normal gravity, so there's no gravity penalty. So place your orders for future production. So industry summary, produced by workers, that's from the abundant, so you get 3 there. And because I'm a unification, I get plus 50%, so another 1.5, and it always rounds up. So unfortunately, there's only 1 planet in this system, so I can't start making a colony base, which is what I would normally do. So in this case, I'm just going to build another freighter fleet. But now I'm in range of a bunch of different other stars, so let's go do some exploring. And I'm going to send this scout down to help. Okay, so that's one of the advantages of going halfway across the galaxy. You run into other races. So this is an Elcare. I'll show you some details about them in a bit. Okay, only 1 race. And that's his home planet. And that's his second planet. So usually when I first encounter a race, I go down to info and race statistics, and you can see what they are. Feudal is a type of government. They get +1 industrial production, ship defense. They have artifacts on their homeworld. Okay, these 2 are interesting. Cybernetic means that their ships heal when you attack them, which can be a real pain. And transdimensional means that they know where everything is and their ships move faster. That's one of the things about being on impossible difficulty, is that the races get abilities beyond what they would typically have if you're just on normal difficulty. Like the Elcare, they typically aren't cybernetic or transdimensional, and often it's randomly picked what they have. At this point, I don't have any freighter fleets built, so that's why that's at -1. So no food is actually getting here. So there's no food showing there, so technically they're starving, but because there's only 1 population unit, it's not going to cause any problems. It'll just complain about it. Klaxon fleet at the Harag system. Oh, that's interesting. So that's where I just was. So we both have scout ships. which are nearly identical. The problem is that he would probably beat me because I've got lower defense. So we'll just see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat. Oh, he killed me. Oh well. Poor and gold deposits. Gold deposits mean you get more money. And yeah, I lost my scout. I should have retreated the first thing. Yeah, I'm starving. Yeah, okay, so I built a freighter fleet now, so they should no longer be starving. So I'm going to start building a colony base to colonize the planet in my system. If you want to colonize something in another system, you got to build another colony ship, which is much more difficult. Okay, so I'm going to send my second scout out, and hopefully not get him killed. Let's visit Altair just for fun. Oh, leaders. Okay, so because I'm repulsive, I don't get very many good leaders, but I do get sort of a batch of sort of low-level leaders. And this guy's pretty good, so I'm going to hire him. So you go down to the Leaders tab, and I'm going to assign him to Draconis. So now if we go to Draconis, and we click on our little science thing here, yeah, it gives you an extra bonus there. Not a lot, but better than nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to an enemy planet. If I wanted to attack, I would do so at this point. They've got a starbase. They've got 2 frigates, so I'm not going to attack because I just got a scout, obviously. So I just click close, and then they say the scouts arrive. Big deal. Can't reach there, can't reach. I can't reach very many places. So I'm just going to head back to Zarg. I'm just going to call it Zarg from now on. Okay, so now if you notice down at the research thing, it's at 30%. That means that next turn there's a 30% chance that there'll be a breakthrough. Built another freighter fleet. I'm going to start working on spies so that other civilizations don't steal my stuff, basically. Now, you can do it this way, like I'm doing it, with like multiple entries, or you can click on repeat build and do that. So it'll just endlessly make spies. I don't like doing that because often I forget and just leave it there. So I'm just going to double click and get rid of it. Come on, there we go. Finally got the research and the other ones. The next thing I always go for is construction. There's 2 techs that I want on here. I want the reinforced hull, and on the next level, you get automated factories and you get a missile launcher for your planet, which is really helpful. So I'm just going to go through a bunch of turns until I get that next one. And there's yellow and heavy armor. That's good too. Like all 3 of these are must-haves. That's why I like playing creative, so you can get them all. How's Draconis doing? 24 turns. Right, at this point, usually I go into colonies. You can click on there, go research lab, and sort of insert it in. And it'll take away from the production. And I'm just going to buy that. So now my tech will accelerate. So 16 turns until the next tech, and then I click there, and now it's down to 8. Oh, who'd I meet? And these guys. They killed my scout. Bastards. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Klaxon. They're a unification like me, so they get the production. Ooh, and they're getting extra added production from food and industrial, so they're going to be powerhouses. They're uncreative, so they'll be missing out on some tech. So basically, the way that works, I'm creative, so I get all 3. If you were normal, then you'd have to pick one. Because they're uncreative, they only have like random options here. Like say heavy armor and planetary missile base would be gone. They would only be able to pick one. So I can't see ever wanting that. Now, it's at 52%, so often what I do here is I just sort of get all my scientists and go to production. Because seeing how it's going to be a bit random anyway. Gotta break through anyway, see? Okay. The next thing I'm going to build, I'm going to stay on all production because I want to get that colony base. And I'm going to get a sort of a low-hanging fruit here to get hydroponic farms. So only 12 turns for that. And it'll only take me 9 turns to get my colony base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, weapons officer. Yeah, I always go for these guys. They might come in handy when I get into fighting. And got a spy. Colony base. There we go. Okay, so whenever I start a new colony, I start them with the automated factory and then a research lab. Draconis Prime finish the colony base. You can click right here to go to the planet. Now let's go back down to science. Oh, I haven't built an automated factory yet. Let's do that. Yeah, it'll take them a while. And that means I haven't created an automated factory in the other guy yet either. So we'll do that. I think because this guy's so close to other species, I'm going to build a missile base after that. Give him some protection. Okay. Oh, got my biospheres and my hydroponic farms. Hydroponic farms are good in the beginning because you can have food on planets that actually can't grow food. Okay, the next thing I'm going to build is chemistry. So you get deuterium fuel cells, which means that your scouts and other ships can go further, and heavier armor. Yeah, somebody's starving. How come? Okay, -1 food. So that means I need to go to Draconis and give him some more food. Yeah, he's growing. He might be a problem. Okay, automated factory. Let's see. He's building an automated factory. Okay. I'm going to start building him a ship. So there's a bunch of different sizes of ship. Okay, let's go design it and take a look. So I usually start with a cruiser. That is the minimum size that you can have for a ship where your telepathy will work on enemy planets. Anything smaller than it won't work. So let's clear. Add systems. We'll do an extended fuel tank so I get more range. You need that at the beginning. Heavy armor. And we'll just put some interceptors on there for now. I probably won't build this, but it's just sort of a placeholder to start construction. What you can do is you can start building whatever you want, and then when you want to change it, you go to design the ship, change it around, delete that, put the new ship in, and you don't lose your production. So it just keeps it, which is quite handy. Okay, 6-ish turns. There we go. Okay, so I'll get the cells and the armor. Now I'm going to build battle pods because you need to. This will allow you to fit more stuff on your ships, and you kind of need that. And my scout can go over here now. Okay, he built a missile base, which is good. Okay, so he's importing all 3 of these food for his population, so I'm going to build a hydroponic farm. Ah, natives. Okay, so natives, what they do is they grow food, and that's all they do. But they do it very well. So that would be actually a good planet to colonize one day, but not going to be anytime soon. Environmentalist, nah. Not worth it. Okay, so I built a hydroponic farm, so 2 of my food is now being grown on the planet. I think I'm going to start building a starbase. You need a starbase to be able to build the larger ships. I could start building smaller ships, but I don't think I want to. Although I could start building... Yeah, let's start building a colony ship. That way I can go colonize the natives there. Ooh, got a Terran. And it's rich. Ooh, that's a nice... Rich, abundant, and abundant. This is actually quite a nice system. That might be a good place to colonize first before the natives. And Draconis, build a research lab. Cool. Okay, so you can use a hydroponic farm. Okay, let's see what I'm building. Scimitar in 12 turns, hydroponic farm, and a colony ship. And soon I will have battle pods. Okay, the next thing I want to build up is my weaponry. So there's 3 different... well, I'll show you once we get there. So I'm starting with physics. Physics equals weapons. And I'm going to change the scimitar. So let's clear battle pods. And I'm going to forget about the extended fuel tanks because I'm actually pretty close over there. So I'm just going to do heavy armor. And we'll do a laser cannon and heavy mount. And we'll crank that up. I'm still going to make adjustments to this ship before it's built, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So build, delete, and re-add it. So that'll take a little longer, 23 turns. And I'll have more tech before then. An earthquake. Human Empire. Sometimes these events happen to random species, or to you. And it's a good way to tell who else is out there. I forgot about my scout. Let's go here. Hydroponic farm. Excellent. Mental base. Uh-oh. Okay, some planets have got creatures on them. And in this case, it's a space amoeba, so my scout's probably dead. Let's take a look. Yeah. So I'm going to try to retreat, but yeah, he's dead. It's not even that good of a system. I mean, it's ultra rich, which is cool, but you can't terraform toxic ones. So I am completely shipless at the moment. Scimitar in 12 turns. I'm going to speed that up a little. 16 turns. There we go. So fusion beam and fusion rifle. And I'm going to keep going on the physics. Now what you'll notice is that affects your ability to add interesting things on the laser. So laser, you can do armor piercing, no range dissipation. That means that you can fire from a distance without any kind of reduction in your range. And continuous means that you're more likely to hit. Yeah, increases the weapon's chance to hit by 25. Now, I'm picking armor piercing for now. But what you gotta do in this case is check on your enemy's tech. So we got Altair here. So if you click on races, there they are. the Klexians and the Altair. You can go report and see what they got. Two most important things, if you go to equipment, you see that they have heavy armor, and they've got decent armor. So that means armor piercing is not going to work. So there's no point in giving your lasers armor piercing tech. Another thing to check to see is the colony, to see if they have the planetary missile base. That's an important one. Let's check the Klaxons. So they do have the planetary missile base, so that's something you'll have to deal with. They've got the decent armor, but they don't have heavy armor. So the armor piercing will work on them. Okay, I'm going to take a break.